right, so we're going to sort these words into each category. At least, where does it go? If I tell you to bring me at least $20 tomorrow, can you bring? If I say at least 20, can you bring me 20? It's greater than or equal to. Now, that students get that wrong a lot because least sounds like less, and they put a less than sign. But think about it. If somebody tells you you've got to bring at least $20, then that means you got to bring 20 or more, right? So greater than or equal to. At most. I told you to get socks. You had socks. Were they in the van? You don't have any socks, period? Well, I can get there early and bring them to you, I guess, because it's shower. Look, you can't come in and get snacks during the middle of my class.
Wait, I went to food mart last night and I tried to see if there was whales and there was not whales.
You gotta go to Walmart to get the whales. Yeah. You have to go to Walmart to get the whales. I know. Okay. Such a mess. I tell him all the time he is going to grow up and make some woman miserable one day. I'm trying to get this out of him. He's going to grow up, get married, and make some woman miserable one day. And she's going to blame me. Or him both. I've got to get it out of him.
She blamed him, and then once she'd hear your story, she blamed you for it.
Yeah. So. All right. Okay. At most, what do you guys think? Less than or equal to. No more than. Less than or equal to. If I say bring no more than $20, you could bring 20 or less. So no more than. No less than. Greater than or equal to. Up to. Less than or equal to. Or not, or equal to. I'm sorry. Just less than. Okay? More than. That's greater than. Just basically a different wording of more. Greater than. Fewer than. Less than. Okay. Below. Less than. Above. Greater than. And meet or exceed. Greater than or equal to. Now, this is not necessarily an exhaustive list of the types of phrases that we will see. There might be others that we have not done here. But these tell us, whereas when most of the word problems we've done, we've been using is as our equal sign. These show us what kind of inequality sign that we'll see. The thing to watch out for here, at least and no less than, they seem like they should be less thans. And at most and no more than, they seem like they should be greater thans, but they're not. So be careful with those. A lot of students mix those up.
Did you finally change the batteries on the clock?
I got a new clock. Yeah. Aileen brought me a new clock. So it is finally correct. All right. So Jeff is on a diet. He currently weighs 225 pounds. If he loses 3 pounds per week, how many weeks will it take him to weigh less than 200 pounds? Okay, so for each of these, it asks us to write an inequality and solve. Some of the questions that you will get for these will only ask for the inequality, so you have to be able to do that part as well. So let's let X be Jeff's weight. No, that's wrong. We know Jeff's weight. How much does he weigh?
How many weeks?
225.
How many weeks?
We need number of weeks. Yes. It is, isn't it? Solve the problem. Okay. There we go. All right. So, how much does Jeff weigh when he starts off? 225. There can be more than one, so I'm going to see how you wrote it, what your two ways are after we do this. He is losing 3 pounds, so what should we do for the loses? 3 minus 3x. How many weeks will it take him to weigh less than 200 pounds? So if we solve this, Haley, what would I do to solve this one? Nope. I'm solving for this x, which is right here, minus that 225. Okay, what's after that, Haley? That negative 3 is right next to the x. Divide. Okay? And when I divide by the negative, what do I have to do to that sign? Flip. And then 25 over 3 is not going to go evenly. What's that going to be? It's going to be 8 1/3. So 8.3 repeating. So at 8 1/3 weeks, he would weigh exactly 200. So anytime after that, anything bigger than 8 1/3 weeks, he should weigh less than 200 pounds if he sticks to his diet. That's a lot of weight to lose in 8 weeks. Yeah, take him a little over 8 weeks to lose that 25 pounds.
That's a lot. 2 months. Over 2 months. It's like right at 2 months.
Yeah. 25 pounds is right much weight to lose.
I could lose that in my sleep.
Ian, if you lost 25 pounds, you'd barely exist.
No, I weigh like 800 pounds.
Huh?
I weigh like 8. I would weigh like 800 pounds.
Yeah. You'd be super.
It's really easy.
You'd be wasted away. You lose weight easily.
Yeah. It's
No,
so
me
easy.
neither.
14 years to gain 100 pounds. You have to get
Hush, it makes me sick to hear people act like gaining weight is hard.
because it is.
So easy. I wish I needed to gain weight. I could gain weight so good. Yeah. Okay.
And lose weight.
All right, Ryan gets $600 for his birthday, and he puts it in his savings account. He withdraws $30 per week for spending money. He wants to have at least $100 in his account at all times. How many weeks can he continue spending at this rate? Okay, so $600 is what Ryan is starting off with here. He is spending $30 per week, so minus 30, and then what do we need to put with our 30? X, and that's our number of weeks. He wants to have at least $100. What should we put for at least? Greater than or equal to 100. Okay. Giancarlo, what would we do to solve that? And then we would, what would we do after that, Giancarlo? Very good. What do I have to do when I divide by that negative, Giancarlo? Good. So that'll be less than or equal to. And let's see. I can cancel out those zeros. So it's 50 divided by 3. That's going to be 50. I think so. Somewhere around that. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah, like 16. 16 and 2/3, I think. Yeah, 16.6 repeating. Yeah. 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 Aiden sounds like he's doing a little dental work over there. Henry has. Why is Jack T calling me? I don't need to answer this actually. Hello? Yes. Uh-huh. You have lost your dragon phone.
It's in right here. I got it.
Alright, bye. This kid has no responsibility. What have I done as a mother? No, stop.
He lost his phone.
There sits his phone.
Why'd you give him a phone?
That question I ask myself all the time.
Wait, you should.
I gave him a phone because they had a special at T-Mobile where you got a third line for free for life. That's why he has a phone. Otherwise, I don't think he's too young for a phone. But
14 years to give me a phone on a deal. They would give me free. They said, nope, you're not getting one. Nope. I didn't get one until last year.
yeah, I was gonna hang out. I was going to way longer, but they told me that it was a limited time offer and it was free forever. Did you get it all finished, Blake?
Yeah.
Okay. Your notes are there. We're a few in, but you can just pick up where we're at. All right. I got to work on that kid. Whew. Okay. All right. Taxi charges flat fee of $3 plus additional 75 cents per minute. If Erica has up to $15 to spend on the cab, how far can she travel? Y'all gonna drive me crazy.
Who's everyone using? There's one over there that doesn't make noise.
I'm not sure if anything can sharpen that tiny pencil.
Like, you're just killing the pencils and you're hurting my ears, man.
Okay. All right. We're going to end up with homework, guys. Come on. All right. So, hurry. All right. I think that's Monday. Well, it has 3 things. Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. So, $3 plus 75 cents per minute. So, 75 cents times every minute. She has up to $15 to spend. Less than or equal to 15. She cannot spend any more than 15. So, less than or equal to 15. So, Anya, tell me how to solve this one. All right, so we got, lost my x. 0.75 x is less than or equal to 12. What do we have to do after that? Divide. You can multiply by 4 over 3, but 16. Okay. we'll probably use the calculator. When you divide by a decimal, it actually makes the number larger. So she can, actually, this really shouldn't say how far because it's not charged per mile. It's charged per minute. How long can she travel? So less than or equal to 16 minutes. So as long as her trip is not longer than 16 minutes, she has enough money. If it is more than 16 minutes, then she's in trouble. Okay, questions? All right, Ethan is training for a marathon and wants to run at least 50 miles per week. He has already ran 20 miles this week. If he plans to have 4 more training sessions this week, how far should he run during each training session? All right, so, and I know, like, some of these you could probably sort of figure out without writing an equation, but I want you to write an equation. So, the 50 miles per week, that's his goal, right? So that is like that's going to be sort of our answer to this, right? How much has he already ran? 20. Okay. Then he's got 4 more training sessions this week. So for each of them, he's going to run a certain number of miles. Let's assume he's running the same amount for each one, right? So without that assumption, you can't do this problem. So 4 times x, that's the length of his run. We need this to be at least 50. What is that? Greater than or equal to 50. All right. So if we solve this, we would subtract our 20. We'll get 4x is greater than or equal to 30. We'll divide by 4. X is greater than or equal to 7.5 here. So he needs to run 7.5 miles or more for every one of his training sessions. Which is really far away. Okay, questions there? All right. This I actually took off of the prices of Cedar Brook Country Club a few years ago. I don't know if these are still correct. Okay. So Jen is deciding whether she should become a member at a country club to use their golf courses. A membership at this country club costs $1,000 per year. But if you are a member, the cost of playing 18 holes of golf is only $15. Non-members must pay $40 to play 18 holes of golf. How many times would Jen need to play 18 holes of golf in order for it to be cheaper to be a member than a non-member? Okay, these were close to the actual prices for Cedar Brook a few years ago. So to be a member at this country club, how much does it cost for your membership? $1,000. Okay. And then, on top of that membership, every time you play a round of golf, how much is it going to cost you? So 15 times the number of times you play golf. All right, so if you play golf 2 times a year, probably not going to save you much money to be a member of the country club unless you use some of their other, amenities there. Non-member. Now, some places, I believe, not that I'm a member of these places, would be like member only. You can't go play there unless you are a member. But like Cedar Brook is a public course, you can go play there, even if you're not a member. So if you're a non-member, you don't have to pay any membership fees. But every time you play golf, how much is it going to cost you? $40. So 40 times X. So what we want to know is how many times do you have to play golf for being a member to be cheaper than a non-member? So we want to know when being a member is less than being a non-member. So if this is the case, we need to solve this. Lanaya, what would we do to solve this inequality? Good. So we got 1,000 is less than 25x. And then what do we have to do, Lanaya? Divide by 25. Ooh. Okay. 100 divided by 25. 40. And then let's rewrite that around the other way. X is greater than 40. So for being a member to actually be cheaper, you would need to play golf more than 40 times in that year. What? You play golf that much? Yeah, you might be. Sure enough. And I think they do have like. Yeah. Yeah. So you would need to refigure this for whatever course you're playing at, because their prices will be different. But this was like close to what it was at Cedarbrook a while back. So if you only play golf like 10 times a year, and you don't care about doing anything else that's available at the country club, then there's no real advantage to joining the country club. But if you go play every single weekend, so you're playing like 50 or more times a year, and you always play at the same course, you would actually be saving money. But that would be a lot of golf, though. Cedarbrook also has different prices based on how far away you live from Cedarbrook, too. Yeah, it's a complicated formula at Cedarbrook. I was boiling it down so that I think these were the prices like if you lived in the area. Like they were cheaper if you lived further away, I guess because you won't come as often. Anyway, this is roughly an estimate here. But you would have to play quite a bit of golf for that to be.
The only days my uncle takes off playing golf are Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, he definitely needs to be a member if he's playing at the same course all the time anyway. Yeah, that's a lot. Because when I see 40, I'm like, gosh, who plays 40 rounds of golf every year? But apparently, there's some people that play.
He's retired. So
Yeah, daily, I guess. So, that's it for those, isn't it? No, we got one more. Okay. All right. Website is running a promotion where it is charging $10 shipping on any order, no matter the size of the order. Thomas is ordering socks from this website for $4 per pair. He has no more than $60 to spend on the socks. How many socks can he buy? All right, so $10 shipping no matter how much you order. So you know whether you order one pair or 1,000 pairs, you're going to have to pay $10, right? Plus, what should I add to that? 4 times the number of pairs of socks that he buys, right? He has no more than, less than, or equal to $60. And so, if we subtract our 10 right there, we got 4x is less than or equal to 50. Divide by 4. And so I think we get like, is that 12.5? 12.5, yeah. So our equation tells us 12.5. But in reality, we know that you can't buy, I mean, I guess you could get half a pair of socks. You just have one sock. But you're not going to be able to order that from a website, right? So 12 pair of socks or less. would have made the problem easier if they'd done $20, wouldn't they? All right. Okay. We got about 20 minutes. You've got a worksheet. I think if you work hard, that you will get it done. For every one of these, I need you to write an inequality and then solve it. So even if you're like, I can figure this out without writing the inequality, I still want you to write the inequality, because a lot of the questions that are going to be on your test Tuesday for this are going to be ones like where the inequality is your answer, and then actually have to solve it. I guess I'll let you use calculators on these.